lady comes in pretty frequently. She claims that she's like the owner's best friend, but the owner literally can't stand her. I go up to greet her. I put down a menu and she goes, there's 2 of us. And I was like, I have the other menu right here, and like put it on the table. She wanted a water, no ice, and she ordered a water for her friend. I said, okay, I'll be right back. She goes, well, hold on a second. Are you going to explain the specials to me? And I'm like, you come in here all the time. It's Tuesday. You know the specials. They're on the whiteboard, but sure, I would love to. So I slap my fake smile on and go, sure. So it's steak, chicken, pork, or fish, $3.50 each. There's 3 tacos. She's like, well, what does it come with? I'm like, nothing. It's just the taco. She's like, that's not what I meant. Like, what comes on the taco? And I'm like, oh, that's not what you asked, but there's 3 tacos, so it comes with like onion, cilantro, yada yada. And she's just staring at me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get your waters. I'll be right back. This lady is telling me that she's torn between 2 things. So I'm like, okay, like, can I help at all? And she's like, well, I know the entire menu. Like, I know what they taste like. I just can't decide what I want. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I can't decide between the chicken sandwich, the fried chicken sandwich, or whatever else. And I'm like, oh, the chicken sandwich is one of my favorites. She goes, yeah, but last time it wasn't even cooked all the way through. So, and just looked at me, and I'm like, well, sorry that happened last time. This time we can fix it if you want. And she's like, well, what are you going to do to fix it? And I'm like, well, I can have them like cut into it for you. I can have them cut them in half to make sure that it's done. And I'm like, that's about it. So she finally settles on the chicken sandwich because I'm going to have them cut it open, like cut it in half to make sure it's cooked all the way through. She said she wanted it extra crispy. Then she starts asking me a bunch of questions. Is there cheese on it? I'm like, no, I can add it for you. She goes, okay, yeah, I want to add cheese. What kind of cheeses do you have? I list them off. And of course she picks the first one that I listed off. Whatever. Keeps asking me, is this on it? Is this on it? I'm like, I thought you knew the menu. I thought you knew the menu. If you knew the menu, you wouldn't be asking me so many freaking questions. But I answered all of them, got her everything she needed, literally took up half of my notepad, writing down, like half a piece of paper, writing down all of the modifications she wanted. She wanted a side of ranch, all this stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Knowing how she is, I made sure her order was perfect. I made sure everything was raining. I even went back and talked to the cooks to make sure they knew what we were dealing with here. She ordered skinny fries, extra crispy, with her sandwich. One of my other coworkers brought out the food, and somehow an extra side of veggies got rang in on the lady who ordered the chicken fried steak. So she puts the veggies down. The lady said she would keep them and it was fine. I'm walking by, and the other lady, my favorite lady, stands up out of her chair and is waving at me like this. And I'm like, oh, hell no. And I go over, she's like, what is this? Why is there extra veggies? What did you do? La, la, la. And I'm like, oh, I can fix it for you. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know where they came from. And the lady who receives them is like, no, it's totally fine. Like, don't worry about it. I just don't want to be charged. And I'm like, yeah, I got you. Like,
this customer seems like really hard to deal with. She seems so demanding and particular that, her order has to be spot on because she knows the owner, and, she feels so entitled that just because she knows the owner, she can just demand and just be as arrogant and as petty as she wants to be, really. And obviously, but I mean, what's just got me here is obviously the person telling the story literally just said about 20 seconds ago that, she'll make sure that the order's perfect. Because obviously she didn't want that order messing up just because of how much of a pain this woman seems to be. Obviously the order did get messed up and it all spiraled from there, really, and I guess it could have been avoided if you just put your full attention into that, but that's besides the point. That doesn't take away from the fact that this customer is entitled, selfish and rude, and that's, as a customer and myself as working in the hospitality industry and the waitressing industry, that's like the worst type of people that you can ever deal with, because they just think about themselves and don't really care about others.
Just keep the veggies. We're good. No harm, no foul. Ask if they need anything else. She says no. Both say no. I go back into the kitchen to do my thing. As I'm walking out of the kitchen, again, she's standing up, waving like this at me. And I'm like, you better sit down. Yeah, like, what can I get for you? She's like, did you not hear me when I ordered the chili cheese fries as my side? And I'm like, no. I literally pull out my book and I'm like, yeah, you ordered skinny fries extra crispy. She goes, no, I didn't. I ordered chili cheese fries. Where are my fries? And I was like, how do you think the owner would feel? Your best friend. How do you think she'd feel if you're talking to me this way? Sit the down. So I'm looking at her and I'm like, I won't have them make some for you. She goes, you know what? Since you can't do anything right, just bring out a side of green chili and some cheese and I'll do it myself. As I'm walking away, I can hear her telling her friend, if you want something right, do it yourself. And I'm like, you didn't order the fries. I bring out the side of green chili. I bring out the side of cheese. We're good to go. They're big chilling, okay? They're chilling, they're good. I refill their waters. She doesn't even say thank you, doesn't even acknowledge me when I'm filling the waters up, and I'm like, whatever. Chicken sandwich lady's done eating, so I grab her plates and she just starts stacking on top of me. So I'm like, I have the plate, it's still on the table, and I'm pulling it towards me. She goes, wait. She stacks like chips and salsa on top. She stacks other things on top. She's like doing napkins, and I'm like, girl, chill out. She's asking the other lady, are you done yet? And she's like, no. She's like, what about this? No. I'm like, I'll be right back. I don't know why you're acting like I'm never gonna come bust any more plates, but it's totally fine. We got it. I took the plates back. We're good to go. The lady that was nice paid her tab. The other lady did not pay her tab yet. I went behind the bar and was talking to a guest, and I hear one of my regulars saying, Christina, Christina, Christina. I turn around, I'm like, what? And this lady's standing at the bar, and asked one of my regulars to get my attention because she didn't know my name. And she was like, I need to borrow a pen. And I was like, why does she need to borrow a pen? Because she didn't even sign her, like she didn't pay yet. But I give her a pen. I'm like, sorry about that. And she just goes, whatever. And goes and sits down. I'm like, girl, you're testing my patience. Testing it really hard. She sits down. I swear to God, maybe 10 minutes goes by and I keep checking to see if she's ready, and she's not. She's literally balancing her checkbook in the middle of the restaurant. She has like receipts laid out all over the table.
I don't get why people have to be like this. I really don't. Like, it's just so uncalled for and just really, really unnecessary. There's just no need at all. Saying that you ordered things when you didn't order them, and the evidence in that is literally just writing down, taking notes of every single thing that she ordered, which is obviously what this woman did, telling the story. So the fact that this customer has the audacity to turn around and say, no, I ordered the chili cheese fries and blah blah blah, is just completely wrong. And she's literally just trying to either, one, get free food, two, just threaten and vocate the thing that she knows the owner, or three, she's just trying to be really, really awkward, and that's just how she is as a person on a daily basis. So either way, in all three of those options, there's not really any winner there, is there?
She's going through and balancing her checkbook with the pen that I borrowed her, and I'm like, you know what, whatever, she's chilling, we're good, whatever, works. Maybe in total, maybe 15-20 minutes goes by. As I'm walking out of the kitchen again with things in my hands, she stands up and is waving like this again, flinging her card at me like this, and I'm like, you were not in a hurry for the last 20 minutes, so why are you in such a hurry now all of a sudden? I got other shit to do. I come over there and she goes, well, about time you got here. And I was like, well, ma'am, I have other tables. I'm really sorry. Like, you were fine. Blah, blah, blah. She's like, you charged me for the ranch and it never came out. Y'all, when I tell you that I triple checked everything was okay with this, I made sure she had every single thing possible. I made sure she had her ranch. I made sure she had everything she needed. That ranch was out there, and she would not let it go that she did not get the ranch and that she wasn't gonna pay for it. It all started to click to me why she wanted me to take all of the dishes and trash at once so I couldn't prove that she had the freaking ranch. So to avoid the worst headache of my life, I just grabbed the receipt from her and crumpled it up in my hand, and I said, I'll be right back, I'm gonna take it off. Went and took the ranch off, dropped the check, went to go do something else. As I'm walking back from the other table I was at with stuff in my hands, again, she's standing up, flailing her arms like she's on fire. Again, you weren't in a rush until right now. Not everything is on your time. I go over, she doesn't even say anything to me. She just goes, and I'm like, let me take that for you. The sooner I cash you out, the sooner you can leave. So I cash her out. I drop the check off, and she goes, thank you so much. I swear to you, she said it just like that. And I literally didn't even have words because the way she said it was so condescending. And I'm like,
why she needs to be like that for? Like, if you asked for the ranch and you ordered the ranch and you wanted the ranch and you had the ranch, just pay for the ranch. Like, this woman seems so entitled. She's probably not short of a few bobs. So how much is a ranch, $3-4? Surely she can spare that and save all the hassle, but obviously, clearly not.
no, thank you. Have a great night. Have a great night. Should have said have the night you deserve, but I said have a great night. So she left a $1 tip on a $28 tab, which, being the owner's best friend doesn't give you privileges that you don't have to tip, especially when you're a But just a quick PSA to all of y'all, the quickest way to get on your server's damn nerves is to say, I know the owner, I know the manager, so do we.
Send in your videos to be featured on our channel. Thanks for watching awesome videos, like and follow.